Hi everyone, and welcome to today's reading. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my YouTube channel. Today's reading is going to be a pick a group reading. We're asking Spirit what is next in your life. Essentially, this reading is going to approach three key topics of your life. We're going to have a look at what is next in life in general. And then we're going to have a look at what is next for your finances, which includes the way you make and spend money, your habits, your lifestyle. And then we're going to have a look at what is next in love for you. The intention of the love portion is that it is romance related, but it will also apply to your family bonds and your platonic connections. It wasn't my original intention, it's just what came through. There is going to be an extended reading about what is next, and the extended reading is available for each of the 4 groups on my website. The link is in the description box and the pinned comment. The topic of the extended reading is who. Who will be most important in this next chapter of your life? And we're going to talk about who in those 3 topics. So who is most important in your life in general? Who is most important in your finances? And who is most important in your love life? So lots to cover, lots to talk about. Continue watching to find a group that you feel most drawn to and to claim your readings messages. As you can see, we have an oracle deck in front of us. This deck is called the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. I'm going to be shuffling 1 card per group from this deck with the intention of that card representing the overall theme of what is next for you as the viewer. I highly recommend you set your intentions if you are watching this so that we can be on the same page, channeling accuracy and clarity into your reading. Spirit, please tune me into the collective energy of this video, those who chose to watch this video. What is next for Group 1, Spirit? What card best represents Group 1's energies? Ooh, we have Protecting Treasure for Group 1, which is also the number 39 in this deck. Some interesting symbolism on that card. Pause the video if you need to look at it closer. For Group 2, please, Spirit, what card may offer Group 2 the most clear, honest messages about what is next in their life? For Group 2, please, Spirit. Okay, we have Cleaning House, the number 37. This card is reversed. I'm going to leave it reversed. Again, colors, symbols, shapes, numbers could be significant ways that you feel drawn to your group. Pause the video if you need to look at the card or if you need more time looking at the card. Group 3, please, Spirit. What card? Thank you, Spirit. We have the number 47 for Group 3, which is the Sacred Pool card. I do have the caffeine shakes a little bit. I'm on my 2nd coffee for the day, so I apologize about that. I'm going to put the card down, and you know the drill. Pause if you need to. Group 4, please, Spirit. What card may offer Group 4 the most clear, honest messages about their reading? What card will offer Group 4 the most clear, honest messages about what is next for them? So Group 4, I'm getting mixed messages already. You guys are going to be a big reading. Lots of symbols, lots of themes. The card that chose to come out for you is the Wizard of Awareness card, which is the number 3 in the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. So those are our 4 cards. Let me center them a little better. So that's what I'm seeing for you, sweet souls. Pause the video if you need more time. When you know which of these 4 groups you're feeling most drawn to, check your timestamps in the description box and the pinned comment and join me in your reading. To open your meditation, I'm going to ask you to take in 3 deep, mindful breaths. I want you to breathe in for 3 seconds and breathe out for 3 seconds. I will be guiding you through this. Make sure you're comfortable. Focus on the sound of my voice. And let's begin. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, and out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, and out. 1, 2, 3. Last breath. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, and out. 1, 2, 3. From this relaxed place, observe the groups in your mind. It can help if your eyes are closed. Is there a specific color you feel most drawn to right now? Perhaps it was a phrase I spoke about in the intro. Allow your relaxed mind to guide you to a group you are being most drawn to. Remember, your intuition is not a loud voice, but it is a strong voice, and it knows which of these groups contains the most honest messages for you. Allow it to guide you through symbols, colors, objects, and phrases that will connect you with the group that holds the most clear, honest messages for you. If you need more time, pause the video or repeat this meditation. Hi, my group ones, and welcome to your reading. It is so lovely to have you all here. If you chose the Protecting Treasure card, the number 39 in this deck, then you're in the right spot. Group 1, we're asking Spirit, what is next for you? I did encourage those who joined me in the pick a group portion to set their intentions. However, as we open your reading officially, I'm going to ask the question again. I will be setting my intentions as your reader, and I encourage you to set your intentions as the viewer to make the most out of this general free reading. You can set your intentions by focusing on a specific question, topic, or information that you want from this reading, or you can ask a question specifically. Do that now while I set my intentions. Spirit, please help me to channel the most clear, honest messages for Group 1 about what is next in their love life, in their life in general, and with their finances. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, sweet souls. To open your reading, we are going to look at your Enchanted Map Oracle card. The number 39 is especially significant. It could be an age, it could be a sequence, it could be a lucky number. In this next chapter, for me, the number 39 is interpreted as a chapter that is going to require effort if you want to grow. You are being blessed with the opportunity for growth. Any number with the 3 in it, to me, represents growth. However, in order to achieve that growth with the number 9, you're being called to stay focused on your intentions, to at times limit distractions so that other people aren't influencing or peer pressuring you to do what they want you to do. And you're also being called to persevere, to not give up. This chapter, to me, represents the end of something. You guys have been trying to grow. You've been trying to thrive. And in this next chapter, there is a theme here of persistence, perseverance, and dedication, really making sure that you don't lose focus of your plans. I believe you're going to see beautiful signs of success in this next chapter. It's not just going to be hustling for nothing, right? Which is beautiful. You're not just going to feel like you're treading water and not seeing any signs of success. It's quite the opposite. You're being shown signs of success if you can just stay focused. The number 9 is a powerful number of self, and it usually represents you really needing to make sure that you are internally in alignment with your external goals. And that's why I keep talking about external influences and peer pressure, because often right before we're given that final blessing, and they talk about this a lot in different religions as well, It can feel like the universe or God or whatever deity you worship is testing you and almost tricking you. That final test is what this next chapter is about. And just as quickly as you overcome that test, you will see signs of your growth, your perseverance paying off. Now, this does helpfully contribute to the protecting treasure theme. We can see with protecting treasure that you guys are trying to protect what you've already got. This next chapter is about making sure that you're not losing what you've already worked so hard for, sweet souls. And it's really important that in love, in life, and in finances, you aren't losing track of your bigger purpose, of the bigger picture, of the overall goals that you've set for yourself. These lives we live can be very distracting, and at times the distractions are helpful. So let's get into your different categories and have a look at what is next for you. Keeping this card close but not in the way, we are going to have a look at your finances first. Finances tend to be a bit quicker for me to rattle off because I am very analytical and I have so many earth signs in my chart, so I personally find it really easy to read for finances. Let's have a look, Spirit. What is next in finances for my group ones, please, Spirit? What is next in finances for my group ones? All right, we want us to take that. We are going to take that. And we are going to take these. So the Four of Swords is a subtle theme. This is interesting. No money, lots of energy and thought. What is next in your finances is ultimately you working towards the bigger picture. Money is not about transactions for you. This next chapter is about you looking at finances through sentimental attachment, you making sure you're in a good spot financially to be at peace with your emotions as well. And because of that, you may be saving money towards some sort of big celebration or some sort of big gathering. You may be spending a lot of money on finances or the people in your life that you feel very strongly for. With the Ten of Cups, this is an emphasis on a happiness and feeling connected and supported by a community of people. So what is next for you financially is a goal that is going to make you and your loved ones very, very happy. And you focusing on that goal, trying to embrace the sentimental milestones along the way, building financial security to pay for this goal, while also bringing a closeness with you and your emotional, your support community, Now, I'm talking about a community because the Ten of Cups isn't just a household of people. It involves all of those meaningful, almost family connections in your life. It represents the people who bring you a collective emotional fulfillment. And it's kind of one way to look at it, which isn't going to be helpful for all of you, but one way to look at it is if you won $500 million, who would you spend that money on? And what would you do with that money? That's kind of what this feels like. It feels like an ultimate wish fulfillment that is gratifying towards your sentimental being, towards your emotional support community, which ultimately doesn't have a measure of price. This next chapter is about your heart space when it comes to your finances, making the most of the people in your life. Because of that, some of you are spending more money than you're making. With the Six of Pentacles reverse, that's our first Pentacles card, which does talk about going into debt. It talks about taking out loans and offering favors to people. So if you're not in debt in terms of money, you could be in debt in terms of time, borrowing time from others, asking for help from others, or offering help to others, which is taking time away from your other endeavors and ways of making money. You guys could be taking time off of work as well to spend more time with the family. Overall, it seems that you're not too bothered about making money. This next chapter, when it comes to your finances, is about balance in your life. And we see that with temperance. Temperance is talking about achieving peace within self that reflects your external as well. And I can see with the 5 of Wands, there is this energy here of trying to get out of the rat race. You are a group that is feeling potentially overwhelmed by the amount of competition and pressure as a society and amongst a peer group. You may be feeling as though your lifestyle or those that you were keeping up with on social media or even as friendships and colleagues, it was starting to feel a little too fast-paced, a little too competitive. What is next is you removing yourself from that rat race, feeling as though you don't need to compare yourself to them, and trying to remove tension and challenges that were coming from how you compared yourself to others. You guys may have been finding that you were trying to live up to external expectations of you that were even creating feelings of jealousy, spite, envy. There's that message of keeping up with the Joneses, right? As though you had to continue to portray this perfect image externally when internally you just weren't feeling it. So this focus is about feeling it internally, feeling great, feeling balanced, feeling at peace, and feeling with temperance like you're doing what is right. Temperance is not something we can measure with facts and statistics and numbers. It's an internal feeling of peace and contentment. And everybody's levels are different. Your neighbor might need a little bit less in order to feel at peace. They might feel at peace simply by being in the garden every other day or mowing their lawn religiously every second Sunday. Whereas for you to feel at peace, you may need to get away from your neighborhood altogether. You may need to have regular moments where you're removing yourself from your work environment, your living environment, so that you can disconnect from that way of living altogether. So this is about finding what works for you. And the point of this is recovery, rejuvenation, and feeling at peace. The feeling of temperance is temporary. That's why when we reach a state of temperance, it can feel very, temperamental, to use another temp word. Temporary, temperamental. It's about enjoying it while it lasts. So this is what's coming next. And in that period, in that state of peace, whether it lasts a day, a weekend, a week, you find mental clarity. You weren't able to see this clarity because life had become so chaotic. In the chaos, in the tension, in the challenges, in the comparison, in the rat race, it was very hard to see things clearly. It was very hard to feel at peace enough to enjoy these people in your life. So this clarity is about how you need to rest more. You're recognizing that financially your priorities are balance in your lifestyle. Money is something that comes and goes. Money is something that funds our life. But when we are working more than we're living, especially you, Group 1, you can't help but feel like you're constantly missing out. So your clarity is telling you you need to have more time off. With the 4 of Swords reverse, this is intentional, meaningful, planned, scheduled time off. And for it to be the 4 of Swords, it has to happen regularly. You have to have frequent short-term plans to recharge and rest. 1 day every fortnight where you don't commit yourself to the rat race. You maybe commit yourself towards pottering around, towards listening to your body, towards fueling yourself the way that your body is telling you it needs to be fueled with the right foods and liquids, and towards surrounding yourself by the right environments and energies that your body, your soul is craving. And then once every 4 months, most, I would actually say every 3 months, sweet soul, you need an extended break. You need more than just a day. You need a couple of days. And I know that different societies function differently. We're not all afforded paid leave from work, but you have to find a way. You have to find a way to give yourself this mental peace, because it's also physically extending your life. It's also resetting your nervous system. And it's also very healthy for all aspects of your being. So your finances are not a priority, which is probably why you're protecting your treasure. Your priority is a lifestyle reset. And yes, we need money to pay the bills. Unfortunately, most societies in this modern world require assets to survive. So that's where that peace helps you really think about this clearly, helps you feel rested enough, clear enough to be able to know what ideas you can implement to ensure that, yes, you're paying your bills, but you're also living your life without feeling like you're missing out. Now, this solution, these ideas are going to be different for all of you, but that overall theme, sorry for that was the tissue making noise. The overall theme is more active rest, more meaningful time off. And this has to happen more frequently. That's the goal. Especially with the Four of Swords reversed. It shouldn't be you being comatose once every 6 months. It should be you actively resting regularly so that you can still function, you can still feel like your life is in balance, and you can still feel like you're not missing out. So that's what's coming next in your finances. Let's have a look at your life, even though I feel like that was your life. We're going to switch decks for your life. It's a little bit more complicated. So I might use what is this deck? Lightseer's deck. Because the imagery could be very powerful. There's a lot of strong portraits of characters in this deck. So these people physically could resemble people you know. That's not going to resonate for all of you, but I personally have used this deck on people who go, oh my gosh, that looks like my uncle, or that looks like a guy I'm seeing. So just keep that in mind. Feel free to take screenshots as well. Spirit, what is next in life for my group ones? Okay, your first card is the Ten of Wands, Burnout. What is next in life? We have the Seven of Pentacles, patience being tested as we slowly grow an investment of time and money. The Two of Wands. I might just get one more card. Thank you, Spirit. And we have the Two of Swords. So you've got two cards, and they're both reversed. At the back of the Lightseer's tarot deck is the Knight of Swords reversed. What is next in life? There's a feeling of being a bit lost here, I'm not going to lie. Like, most of these people are looking away from our perspective. This guy has their eyes closed. She's covering her face with her hair. She's looking out the window. And when that card's reversed, it feels even more dismissive. She's blindfolded and he's got his back turned to us. Even this character is kind of hiding underneath the umbrella, and a lot of this body language feels dismissive and a bit lost. There's strong feelings here of, like, in life, things are not really moving with intention or purpose. And these are themes, but with the Knight of Swords reversed, it's really important in this next chapter that you appreciate how flexible this way of being can be. I feel as though your life is trying to be open to redirection in this next chapter. Sometimes the Knight of Swords moves so quickly it cannot see that it's moving in the wrong direction. It takes the idea and it runs with it, and it kind of says a quick little prayer saying, like, I hope this works out. But there's no surprise when it doesn't, because it was a hasty, impulsive decision. And so the Knight of Swords embraces the experience and keeps moving forward. With this card reversed, it's like your life is encouraging you to slow down, to find the intention or the meaning before you take action. Don't rush to get ahead, because why are you trying to get ahead for? What are you working for? What is the reason? Now, I do feel as though this next chapter of your life is really encouraging you to slow down in all respects because of this first card, this powerful first card, the 10 of Wands. Group 1 is a card of burnout. It's a card of the end of an energetic cycle, which means we can't give any more, even if we wanted to, even if we tried. There is no more left to give. We're hitting our capacity. And in this deck, we're shown this long path that goes up a hill. And there's a figure walking with an animal that looks like a working animal because they're carrying all these sacks of unknown items. And this person is carrying what looks like a walking stick, but it really represents the wands, the burdens, the responsibilities that this person has acquired as they've walked along this trail. We can also see wands here lit up, 3 of them in her past. And as she walks forward, her and her companion are just overworked by the amount of work they've done and by the amount of work that lies ahead. Now, the thing is, this card is a beautiful reminder of how life is a journey, not a race. There is always work to be done, whether it's passionate work that we enjoy doing, survival work that we have to do in order to live in this experience we call life, whether it's emotional work that helps strengthen our connections, or whether it's spiritual work that helps strengthen our connection with self. There is always work to do. So this card is a reminder of that. And it's not about how quickly you get there. It's about simply showing up. So you're being encouraged in this next chapter of your life to examine what you're working towards, how much you're giving, and the progress that you've made so far. You need to find a way to reduce the amount of responsibility you have so that you can continue to carry out intentional, meaningful, purposeful work over a long period of time. If you're treating life like a race, the finish line is death. Do you really want to get to that finish line quickly? Be kind to your vessel, be kind to your companions, and be kind to your expectations. It's really important that you slow down. With this 7 of Pentacles, this card resembles material achievement. It resembles an investment of time and money. And more often than not, it shows up when we feel like the process of that investment has been growing very slowly. Not only is our patience being tested, but we're beginning to question whether anything is even happening. This card is showing up to tell you that your life is slowly developing. What you're cultivating materially is a slow path. The results will take time. If you need to readjust what you're contributing and how much you're contributing, this is the time to do it in this next chapter. In fact, I think this card is here to ask you to reevaluate your material goals. What are your long-term goals? What are your medium-term goals? And what are your short-term goals in finances, in career, in lifestyle? Because this is what is next in your life, we're looking at your lifestyle as a whole. And when I talk about short-term goals, I'm talking about the next 6 to 12 months within the year, basically. Medium-term goals can be anywhere from a year to 2 or 3 years. I will say 3 years. Long-term goals are from 5 to 10 years. And there is a gap there between 3 to 5 because your medium-term goals can either be extended or they can happen quicker. So then you are always monitoring your medium-term goals because they will impact your long-term and your short-term. I do think when it comes to material achievements, there is a feeling here of maintenance mode more than anything. Feels like you guys are just sitting on a steady and slow investment. Like you're slowly paying off your mortgage, or you're slowly saving money for your first car, or you're slowly adding money to your retirement fund, or you're slowly paying off that personal loan. This doesn't mean it isn't happening. In fact, this card says it is happening. We're not stuck in a 6 of Pentacles where it feels like we're barely breaking even. We are achieving something. It's just going to take years. So with that in mind, with our lifestyle in mind, our lifestyle goals in mind, and how our habits are contributing towards those timely goals, your next 2 cards reflect indecision. What is next for you in life is a feeling of being lost because you don't really know which way to go next. These cards represent choices and decisions in very different ways. The 2 of Wands talks about passion and energetic purpose, trying to channel your creative energy, your passionate energy, because not all of us believe we're creative, so it's your drive, your motivation into something. The 2 of Swords is about mental clarity, and it always feels like mental conflict, whether it's upright or reversed, because it represents us trying to make a decision, weighing up information in the early stages so that we can feel at peace with that first big scary step towards our goals. These cards only show up when it feels like you've already had some sort of inspiration or idea manifest. So we know from your finances reading that you're going to get new ideas. You're going to receive clarity, a solution. But it influences your life because it makes you question what you've been doing. And it's going to be hard for you to snap out of thought and turn that thought into action. It appears this next chapter in your life is all about you deliberating, weighing up the information, weighing up the risks associated with the rewards. Is it too late to make changes? If you do reduce your amount of responsibilities, your workload, will this impact your investments and what you've been growing? Or will it reward you by giving you a better outcome than you were originally working on? You've got a lot to think about when it comes to motivation. How motivated are you to change right now? And when it comes to action, how prepared are you to act right now? This next chapter in your life is about you weighing things up mentally, analytically, thoughtfully, and then reasonably trying to assess, well, what is the risk? and what is the motivation for change right now. And honestly, you need to consider one of the risks being your health with the Ten of Wands. One of the risks being your relationships with the Ten of Wands. And one of the risks being your lifestyle and your habits. So that is what I'm seeing for you in terms of what is next. It's important to say at this point that these cards are encouraging you to sit in this energy and to deliberate thoughtfully. You don't need to rush this process of deliberation, but you do need to be honest with yourself about your capacity, about burning out, and about your frustrations over how slowly things are taking. And you do need to have the courage to ask questions, to identify your solutions, and a clear plan forward. If you don't ask the right questions, you won't get the right information, and you will feel disempowered towards making positive changes. This card talks about feeling empowered by information, motivated, ready to make plans for your future. This is all about strategy, this card, planning for the future. We can't get there if we feel like we're still in the dark. So this is you protecting what you currently have while recognizing that things do need to change. Let's have a look at how this is impacting your love now. I wonder what's going to come through for you. We've gotten some interesting messages. I wouldn't be surprised if platonic connections come through as well, but we will try to get messages about romance. Let's use this tarot deck for love. I believe this is the Mystic Moons tarot deck from the top of my head. I try to keep the boxes close, but I've got so many decks open at the moment, I can't see the box for this. Pretty sure it's the Mystic Moons. Whoops, my finger is a bit sore. Okay, Spirit, what is next in love for my group ones? Okay, let's use this card first. We have the Four of Wands. Love that. What is next in love for my group one, Spirit? Okay, we will take her. We have the Five of Cups. What is next in love for my group ones? We're going to take her because she's popping out. We have the Strength card reversed. One more card, please, Spirit. What is next in love? Thank you, Spirit. And we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. The Ace of Pentacles did come back. I was wondering if it would. It showed itself before, but unless they make a clear intention, I always shuffle them back in, and if it's meant to be, it will come back. So it did. The Ace of Pentacles is your overall energy. This tells us, with the Ten of Pentacles reversed at the back of the deck, wow. What is next in love for you is redefining your sense of commitment and redefining attachment in love, redefining family, connection, and outcomes. All those words that represent building a sustainable future with the people that you love. You're redefining how that looks and what you could do and what you will expect from those who want that from you. So for the Ace of Pentacles to be your bottom deck card, it means that you're looking at your love life through the lens of something, a new opportunity to create something meaningful. And you're measuring love as an asset. You're looking at love and connection as something that is rewarding, as something that has value, and as something that also has some risk involved. It could be that you have a new, exciting opportunity in love, and this is an opportunity you're taking very seriously, sweet soul. You're expecting to commit yourself to something quite serious. It could be about taking your relationship to the next level, or it could be about redefining what a relationship even looks like for you. But this is something that you see as a valuable opportunity with some risks involved, because anytime you offer value, you want to make sure that you're being rewarded. So I do believe that you're looking at the people in your life. That card's not quite going to fit, is it? You're looking at the people you love as people that ultimately have something to offer to you, and you have something to offer to them. But how is this going to work in the future? What does this look like with everything else that you've got going on, with this internal shift in awareness where you're feeling like your life needs a change in direction, but you don't know what that looks like? How is this impacting love? With the Four of Wands, you guys are drawing upon your loved ones for support, for community, for connection. They're not only keeping you grounded, but they're keeping you inspired and motivated towards positive change. You're in a beautiful spot in life where you have some solid pillars of support that seem to be the foundation of love for you. Whether this is a romantic partner or a family unit or a platonic companion, there's this strong feeling here of a pillar of support in your life. And it's these connections that are making you want to make positive changes, because you know that it's going to be positive not just for yourself, but for those people. It seems like your emotional attachments to others is what's making you feel like you're not doing enough. With the Five of Cups reversed, we can see a theme here of you feeling disappointed and trying your best to overcome that disappointment, that loss. We know from your finances that you are trying to make the most out of life right now. Your next chapter is about you achieving peace, having a sense of clarity, and creating more time for sentimental experiences rather than material experiences. It could be because you're missing someone in your life right now, or because you're recovering from a feeling of loss. In this next chapter, we can see your mood, your emotional being slowly start to recover, start to feel more positive, and also start to feel more hopeful about the future. This next chapter does feel like you're distracting yourself a little bit from your past experiences. It feels like you're actively trying to stay present, almost tricking yourself into forgetting how lonely, how sad, and how disappointing life can be based on what you've been through. You may be feeling a little haunted by a person from your past energy. Could be a loved one you've lost, or it could be an ex-relationship that you've lost and they're still alive, but you're no longer close. These feelings help motivate you once again towards making the most out of what you have right here, right now. But with the Strength card reversed, you're very prone towards situations in love that are temporarily gratifying, that don't require a lot of effort, and that don't test your patience, because you're actually feeling very low capacity. Emotionally speaking, you're very easily triggered in this next chapter. You're very sensitive, and you're highly likely towards taking out your frustrations, your internal conflict on those who are there to support you. So it's really important that you're aware of that, because these are temporary feelings with the Strength card reversed. Temporary frustrations, temporary bitterness that is going to move if you can find a way to express it naturally. Otherwise, you're going to take it out on the people that you care about. And that's where, with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, we have to be careful about how we channel our energy and about how we direct our emotions. The Wheel of Fortune for you is a cautionary message. It encourages you to stay focused on your goals when it comes to love, life, and finances. And it encourages you to be aware of how your actions in the present impact your future. It's encouraging you, with the Jupiter energy that it possesses, to be more aware of how your energy, your attention, your focus is dictating how other people treat you, what opportunities come your way, what restrictions are given to your life, and how flowy your manifestation is. Now, when I say flowy, this card is a spiritual card. And I know that not all of you are going to want to hear this, so tune out if you're not hoodoo, voodoo, and spiritual, and if this reading just found you randomly. But the message that I'm getting for you is that when it comes to love, you're meant to realize in this next chapter how you sometimes restrict your opportunities by pushing people away because of temporary feelings that you struggle to self-manage. And this isn't meant to shame you, because we're all guilty of this. There is no judgment behind these words. This is meant to inform you so that you can be aware of how your energy is limiting your ability to create abundance in love. This next chapter is about showing you how you're limiting your own opportunities for love. The Wheel of Fortune represents luck and that flow state of us creating with the universe by being aware of how to focus our attention and our energy and our actions when opportunity arises. And while it feels like the opportunities in love for you are going to take time, this isn't supposed to be hard. There are going to be challenges, but these challenges are about you. With the Strength card being here, your biggest challenge in love is your reactions, your lack of patience, and your disconnect from your own needs. You actually need more time in this next chapter to assess yourself, to address your needs, and to effectively purge your frustrations so that you don't take this out on these beautiful people who are your pillars of support. The truth is, your love life is the part of your life that inspires you, that grounds you, that motivates you, that supports you. You cannot sabotage that. So that is how we get to the Ace of Pentacles. That is why we end up reassessing our future, our connections, our attachments, our commitments in love. Because we start to question what we're creating with our actions, with our energy, with our intentions. And this is beautiful because the Wheel of Fortune is not trying to curse you with bad luck. When it's reversed, it's not a curse. It's a cautionary tale. It's an opportunity to pause, reflect, and redirect. Because the way that we're doing life is not beneficial towards our best possible outcome. So that's what I'm seeing when it comes to love. And that's why I believe you'll be protecting your treasure in love too. Because overall, You're recognizing how the people in your life, romantic, platonic, and family-wise, are treasure, precious, precious treasures, pillars of support, inspiration, motivation, and grounding. And without them, it's very hard for you to do life. It's very hard for you to stay focused on your goals, and it's very pointless to continue to make money. You do all of that because of the important people in your life. So that is what I'm seeing for you, my group ones. I'm going to leave your reading here. It was very interesting, very theme-based actually. So I hope it offered perspective of the trajectory that your experience is on right now in terms of your life. I'm going to take this into the extended reading now, where we will have a look at who will be most important in this next chapter of love, life, and finances. If you would like to extend your reading with me, the link is in the description box and the pinned comment. That link takes you to my website where I host my extended readings, so please make sure you click on the right reading before you purchase it. There's hundreds of readings on that website. Remember your group 1 of the What is Next in Love, Life, and Finances reading. Thank you, group 1, for all of your time, your energy, and your support. I really appreciate you for letting me read for you, for letting me tune in, and for letting me hopefully gain more information and clarity for you on your journey. If this is where we're parting ways, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Until we meet again, bye. Hi group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you recognize the cleaning house card, which is the number 37 in this deck, then you're in the right place. Now, sweet souls, I've started filming your reading basically after leaving my reading room. So it's very hot. I've got the fan on, I've got the aircon on, there is background noise. To try to combat any noise pollution, I am holding the microphone closer to my mouth, which means you're probably going to see my hands less. And in between, when I'm shuffling, you're going to hear more noise pollution because I need both hands to do that. But I just wanted to get that little spiel out of the way so you know what's going on. Now, sweet souls, we're asking Spirit, you're drawn to this reading because of the thumbnail or the title. And we're asking Spirit in this reading, what is next in love, in life, and in finances for you? There is an extended reading as well. We'll talk more about that at the end. To open your reading, let's have a look at the themes of your Enchanted Map Oracle card. This cleaning house card came out reversed for a reason. I did not want to flip it the right way around. So it does have a different meaning when it is reversed. As an oracle deck, you don't have to read reversals, but I do. I want to start by interpreting the numbers on this card for you. In reverse, the number 37 becomes inverted. We have themes here of adversity, of challenge, of divine intervention, and stunted growth. It appears that what is next for you are themes of identifying what is causing your stunted growth. You guys will have the opportunity to really highlight key issues, problems, and challenges in your life. Now, for this number to be on the cleaning house card, it seems like these are issues that have been present for some time. We don't just acquire this kind of mess overnight. It slowly builds. It's like dust collecting on a picture frame. After a week or so, depending on how dusty your place of living is, you usually don't notice it, but maybe after a month, 3 months, a year, that dust collects. Spirit is indicating this chapter is about recognizing how you may have gotten a bit comfortable or complacent and how certain issues have compounded and become more significant with time. Perhaps you wouldn't have noticed how bad the situation was had a certain chain reaction not happened. So it could be due to a turn of events that you're being encouraged to clean up your home, clean up your life, and to ultimately address some key issues that are occurring. With all of that in mind, let's put your card to the side and we're going to start looking at your life. Actually, I want to start with life for you. Excuse me while I wipe my nose. That noise is the tissue, but you're probably hearing the fan because I've put the microphone down. I want to start with life for you because I think that that is going to give us the most information about the other two areas of your life. So Spirit, tune me into my Group 2's energies, please. Help me offer Group 2 the most clear, honest messages about their reading. Please tune me into Group 2's energy. You're welcome to set your intentions as a viewer in the same way I just set mine as your reader. Think of a topic or a question that you'd like to be covered. Set your intentions now. Spirit, what is next in life for Group 2? Okay, we have the Sun. What is next in life for Group 2, please, Spirit? Okay, we have the Four of Swords. What is next in life for Group 2, please, Spirit? We have the Strength card. What is next in life? We have the Six of Wands. And at the back of the deck is the Two of Cups reversed. Wow. Okay, so this is the Light Seers Tarot deck, sweet souls. I do want to talk about your bottom deck energy first. Wow. You guys are separating from someone who was a bit of a companion in your life. And the separation, if it hasn't happened already, is becoming more obvious in terms of emotional support. This person was somebody who you felt you could have an intimate connection with, who you felt you could bounce off meaningful conversations, deeper feelings, and reflective topics. This is the kind of person where if you were going to make a big decision in your life, you would have a conversation with them first, get their feedback, and just sort of tell them before you told anybody else. This was coming through as more of a friendship, but the word that Spirit wanted me to use was companion. This is a major theme because the separation is changing the way that you see your life. In this next chapter, your focus is on self. You're choosing self. The first card that came out has the strongest energy for you. And this card is about your clarity, it's about your well-being, and it's about your happiness. These are beautiful signs of you prioritizing your journey in this next chapter. And we can see with this card that the foundation of priorities in your life are stemming from your well-being. You guys are trying to be loud and proud about who you are, about what you bring to the table, and about what makes you happy. Because of that, you may be socializing more, you may be going out more, you may be spending more time active during the day, you may be putting more things out in public or on social sites, you may be more open towards social interaction than usual. You're definitely putting the feelers out and getting a lot of attention. This is helping you feel as though you're getting a spark back. You're feeling as though you're shining, and you're taking confirmation from people around you that this is the case as well. People are noticing that you shine. This is a positive energy, and I want to really focus on that before we talk about the next cards, because we started with an energy that could at times possess heavier feelings, right? The Two of Cups, separating from a companion, can give us heavy feelings. But your first card in your spread is really saying that this chapter is all about you. It's the opportunity to focus on you, not to focus on the separation, but to focus on the opportunities for self because of that separation, because you are an independent, sovereign being and you have the ability to focus on your sovereignty. Your next card with the Four of Swords highlights how during this period you are going to be spending a lot of time recharging in between. There is this pull, this push between your environment and your well-being to kind of get out of the house and to be more social and to embrace nature and to be a little bit more outgoing. But with the Four of Swords reversed, there are going to be key moments where you do just need to prioritize rest, which is making me think that your body is trying to offer balance. You may be coming out of a situation of hibernation where you haven't actually been as outgoing and social as you could be. So you have to be patient with yourself as you push these new independent goals onto your vessel and your psyche and your emotional being. There's going to be times where you just need to be at home, where you just need to sleep in a little bit longer, and where you just need to prioritize rest. With the Four of Swords reversed, there's a feeling of you slowly reanimating, testing your physical and mental limits and not pushing yourself too far. It's like somebody slowly waking up from a coma. We don't expect them to lead a full life within the first hour of them opening their eyes. We would do some tests first. We would assess, look, how alert are you? What are your reflexes like? Do you still have your motor skills? Are you mobile? Can you walk? Can you stand? Can you talk? All of that stuff. So this is really about you being patient with yourself and slowly reanimating. I'm also getting a Star Wars reference here of Han Solo, so some of y'all may like Star Wars. But that's what this is about. It's about honoring those certain limits and not rushing the process of being out there. With the Strength card here, Group 2, what is next in life for you is a chance for you to maybe assess some personal goals. I see the Strength card as a test of patience and a test of expectations, because ultimately when it's reversed, it's testing how reactive we are when something doesn't go our way or when we're challenged. Our ego is challenged, and usually this happens because, again, our expectations have been shot or our patience is wearing thin. So I believe in this next chapter, you guys may need to assess some of the goals that you have, whether they are timely, whether they're realistic, and whether your expectations are centered off of realistic, timely results. Because I do think with the Strength card reversed, your ego is going to take more of a blow than anything. These kinds of delays are intentional, usually out of our control, but they can be very triggering, especially if, with the Strength card reversed, you were feeling quite proud and reliant upon the success of this happening in a specific way to define your image. If you tie your level of success to this outcome and it doesn't go the way you were expecting, you're going to take that blow to your identity, to your ego, more than anything. I can see with the Strength card reversed, this chapter is about being slower than usual, you know. Now's not the time to really push yourself to your limits. Now's not the time to exercise brute strength. You actually are being called to exercise softer qualities of strength, like patience, perseverance, taking a more humble road of just keeping certain things private and knowing when to be flexible in a situation that isn't as forgiving. I do think that you guys are going to be triggered by some people here, either because these people are quite dominant personalities or because these people are constantly testing your flexibility and your patience. You may be feeling like these people are intentionally messing with you, but I think these people just serve as actors of the greater lesson, which is for you to check your ego, check your expectations, and check how much control you think you have in this situation. These are humble ego checks to remind us that the only thing we're really in control of is our own reactions. And if you can't control that, then you've lost all control. So it's happening in quite a specific way. And for some of you, this feels humiliating. It keeps coming up that this could happen in a setting where you feel like this is negatively reflecting on your reputation or on the way that other people see you. I don't think it's genuinely supposed to be an attack on your character, but that's how you might feel at the time. So we're not going to invalidate feelings. I think that you just need to give yourself space and time to reflect on your reactions to things when they don't go according to plan or according to your expectations. The Six of Wands reversed is also a card that I associate with ego. It talks about feeling victorious, successful, heroic, recognized, publicly recognized. When it's in the reverse position, it feels like you've kind of been cut short. You could have, would have, should have been a little bit more praised than what you received, which tells me that some of you guys are going to feel like life is working against you in this next chapter. You're going to feel like, why am I the underdog? Like, I have so much talent. I've got all these skills. I'm in the right position to receive praise. And instead I just keep getting critical feedback when I really don't know what else I can work on. The Six of Wands reversed is ultimately an energetic exchange between you and your audience, between the hero and the villagers in traditional tarot. For you, what is next in life is an examination of what success means for you. What does external validation mean for you? Is it a necessary part of your function, of your psyche, of your measure of success? Do you need other people to praise you in order for you to feel successful? Do you need to be publicly recognized in order for you to feel successful? And there's nothing wrong with answering yes to those questions. It's just important that you use that moment as an opportunity to reflect in those ways. Because if you're denying that, you're not acknowledging the cause of the hurt. I believe those questions are associated with your needs. And with the Six of Wands reversed, if you're able to identify your needs correctly, you're going to be able to use that opportunity correctly. Overall, it feels like you're separating yourself from an intimate connection, someone who may have been very attentive, who may have been able to really give you that kind of praise and may have been able to really validate your experiences and your frustrations, and who may have been a rock in terms of helping you recover from challenging moments. So you're having to kind of go through this by yourself, and you're noticing how your companion used to be able to provide in so many different ways. With the Six of Wands reversed, I think you're ultimately going to choose to keep certain things private as much as you want to be social and outgoing and embracing of the experiences and connections that bring you joy. There's also a part of you that actually needs some private time to reflect and to recognize how your needs may have changed in ways you didn't fully understand. So this cleaning house theme is pretty big in terms of what is next in your life. It's big in that it's showing you cycles in which your ego and your external stimuli has been validating for your success and for your experiences. You've become somewhat reliant upon external validation in a certain way. And I'm not calling this out in a bad way. We don't use bad words. We just use words. There's no judgment is what I'm trying to say. So it's an opportunity for you to really examine your reactions and how you measure success and what you may need in order to feel like your best self moving forward, what you may need from the people around you, what you may need from the environment around you, and ultimately what you're going to need from self in order to feel like the best version of yourself moving forward. So that was your life. We're going to have a quick look at finances before I have a look at your love. What is next in finances, Spirit, for my group 2s? What is next in finances for my group 2s, please, Spirit? What is next in finances for my group 2s? What is next in finances, Spirit, for my group 2s? What is next in finances? We have the King of Swords upright. What is next in the finances? We also have the Four of Wands reversed. We have the Knight of Swords reversed. Oops, we're not going to take those. We'll shuffle them, and if it's meant to be, it will come back. Spirit, what is next in finances for my group 2s? How are they cleaning up house when it comes to their finances? Love it. King of Pentacles. At the back of the deck is the Five of Cups reversed. Just checking to see that everything is in frame. All right. Oakley dokley. Alrighty, I just readjusted my seating position so that hopefully my chair doesn't squeak as much. We'll start like we did last time. Let's talk about your bottom deck energy. What is next in finances for you is a feeling of disappointment, okay? We're not going to beat around the bush. The numbers 5 in tarot represent change. The cups represent emotions. This is a change of emotion when it comes to your finances. There's a reality check here. You're having to face up to the fact that some things need to be addressed financially. We're being disappointed, and it's hard for us to see what we have because we're focusing on what we've lost. We're disappointed by the losses. We're feeling down and sad about what we've lost rather than what we still have. This could be because you've recently applied for a position and you weren't offered the position. It feels like you're in a position where you guys are coming across as very intelligent, very analytical, and coming across as planners. The King of Swords is all about strategy, observing information and implementing information to look for a successful outcome, right? To manage present responsibilities and to maximize future opportunities. How can you do that if your King of Pentacles is reversed? If you're being undermined, or if you're not being recognized and you're not being given the duties you're capable of. You guys feel incredibly intelligent, receptive to learning more, and knowledge-wise, you feel highly qualified. But I think that the King of Swords is actually about you noticing something in your finances that you can no longer ignore. This information needs to be actioned. A strategy needs to be implemented. You have to look at your finances black and white, and you will be in this next chapter. The next card tells us a little bit of what's going on contextually with the Four of Wands reversed. We're looking at a situation in which there is not enough stability in your finances. In this next chapter, you're noticing how your finances don't have a regular, stable flow. The energy of your finances is inconsistent, and something is going to happen that makes you feel insecure about your income. This seems to be impacting your lifestyle, but more specifically your home. with the Four of Wands. Unexpected expenses to your home, unexpected visitors to your home, or unexpected traveling away from home could be impacting your finances in this next chapter. And I do think that it has to do with travel with the Knight of Swords here, because the Knight of Swords is representing a quick change. However, you're being very careful about how you react. So information changes quickly, but your actions are delayed. You're being very careful. You're trying not to act prematurely. You're trying not to act impulsively. And you're trying to make sure that whatever actions you take, you're not going to regret them. So there's an energy of wisdom to the way that you're acting towards your finances. There's also an energy of seriousness here. I'm taking this seriously, and I'm seriously evaluating my position because of the instabilities, because of the insecurities, and because of the inconsistencies. Lots of N words there that can all relatively mean the same thing. With the King of Pentacles reverse, sweets, I did talk about this briefly. I believe overall, you guys are not being recognized for what you could be. When it comes to your finances, it seems like you are looking for more than what you currently have, which makes me think that you are overdue for a promotion, for a job change, for an income upgrade. When the King of Pentacles is reversed, it can feel like micromanaging. It can feel like we're scrutinizing the small details, and it can also feel like we're wasting our time and our money. We're not getting paid what we're putting in. We're not being valued for the effort we're making. And we're being criticized or judged and scrutinized for the quality of work we're providing. You guys could be butting heads with an authority figure in the workplace, and you are going to be standing your ground. But I do think that this whole chapter in your finances is to highlight unnecessary adversity that is limiting your growth. Really comes back to your main oracle card, sweet souls. So really take the time to validate your feelings, to become aware of these sudden changes, to feel more aware and connected to the energetic changes, and to come up with a plan of how to move forward. That's what this next chapter is about. And I think you're handling this really well. Logic and reason, as well as seeking out information, is going to do you well. Is there anything else they need to know? Don't sacrifice opportunity for the good of others. When it comes to your finances, don't muck around, group 2. This was the card that was behind your bottom deck energy, 2 5s. Don't sacrifice the chance for you to get out of a pit just so that other people can be successful. It's your time to shine. It's your time for change. Spirit is encouraging you to stand up for yourself, to speak up for yourself, and to choose yourself in a situation that could get competitive. If everybody were to get the job, the role wouldn't be successful. You know what I mean? It feels like you guys may need to compete against other people in order to experience the positive changes you need. Otherwise, you remain stuck and you have to start making some sacrifices. So that's what I'm seeing. Choose yourself. Put that oxygen mask on. It's not about doing this in a petty way or a spiteful way. It's just about taking care of yourself first. So let's have a look at your love life now. That was pretty quick. Well, it felt quick. Let us have a look. Are we using this deck? I can't remember which deck I used. I might use this one. All right, Spirit. When it comes to Group 2's love life, what is next? What is next for group 2, please, Spirit? What is next for group 2? What is next for group 2? Whoops, we have the Ace of Wands. When it comes to group 2's love life, we have the Death card reversed. Are these showing up? Yeah. What is next? We have the Dark Veil. What is next, Spirit? We also have Strength again in the reverse position. At the back of the deck is the Six of Cups reverse. Let me just see if I can get it all into frame. Does that work? Yeah, it's good enough. It is good enough. Alrighty. So first things first, sweets, you got a lot of major arcana in this deck. We have an interesting theme here with the Strength card twice. I'm not surprised. Often when major themes play out in our lives, it affects more than one area of our life, especially in terms of relationships. Relationship patterns are reflected across environments in terms of you could be experiencing the same issues in your love life, in your family connections, in your friendships, in your working relationships, in any other professional relationships. Often, if there is an experience that is teaching us something, we experience it in more than one area of our life, especially with connection. Connection seems to be that thing that we're not usually conscious of. We don't fully understand how connection impacts us until after the fact. So I do want to start with your bottom deck energy. What is next in love for you is a feeling of nostalgia and a feeling of trying to create new memories while still feeling pulled towards your past. You guys are actively trying to stay present, but things from your past or from the people who you're interested in past keeps coming back. And these themes are echoing reflection. It's echoing the opportunity for you and whoever else is involved to reflect, to ultimately revise and be a better version of who you are today. But you have to honor how you feel when these feelings resurge. We can see with the Ace of Wands coming out first, the main energy here is that of a new opportunity in love. This next chapter in love is sparking a sense of passion and purpose. You guys are reinventing your love life in a way that is giving you excitement. It's stimulating energetic urges like sexual attraction, chemistry, desire, all of that. The Ace of Wands represents you feeling really excited about what could happen and the potential in your love life. I do think a specific love interest is stimulating this, but I wouldn't be surprised if you're a single Pringle, if this is just your energy, because we know that you have that sun energy. So as you choose to shine, to be this sunny character that is trying to be more outgoing and more social, you're going to feel inspired to expand in connections, in love as well. If you're in a relationship, this is a new beginning in your relationship. It's coming through as more of a sexual opportunity, but it could be the opportunity to create something with your partner. If you're single, I do think this is you developing a new crush, feeling an attraction to a new person, feeling attracted to the idea of what is or could happen for your love life. So these are conscious themes in your love life. This is you trying to be present, focusing your intentions, focusing your energy, and really channeling that present mindset that we saw in your life as well. Now we have subconscious themes. The Death card reversed, which is a haunting feeling of being reminded about something you've already been through. This could be because someone from your past is coming back. But it's bigger than that. It's reflecting a pattern that is shadowing in this next chapter. And by that I mean you're going to recognize, oh my gosh, I've been through this before. I've actually had this experience before, kind of like deja vu. And without the full pattern repeating itself, you have the chance to consciously intervene with death reversed and to consciously choose how you're going to steer the outcome. So what starts off subconsciously becomes conscious and leads to your intervention. The death card reversed is an opportunity to shed layers, to shed emotional baggage, and to potentially shed attachment to things, people, places, habits that no longer serve you. It's really important with the death card reversed that you embrace this opportunity. Don't deny it. Don't shame yourself for feeling this way. See it as an opportunity to really dive a little deeper. It's a personal opportunity. However, it is going to impact those who are trying to be emotionally invested in you. If you're going through this, you can't possibly focus on your relationship with that person if you're still thinking about someone from your past. And I do think that if you feel like you're attracting people who are in a similar energy, it's really important that you address these cycles before you continue getting to know that person, because you could be attracting people who are in a similar energy for the sole purpose of shedding layers rather than trying to heal each other. I do think with the death card reversed and dark veil over here, you guys are going to be given the opportunity to really pull back the layers of your subconscious psyche, which is going to tell you a lot more about who and why you're attracted to certain people. It's going to show you certain things about your attachment style that you may have been trying to not focus on, right? You're cleaning up house in your love life by examining subconscious bias, subconscious attachment, and subconscious fears. You may be projecting from your past onto present situations, which is causing this shadow, this nostalgic feeling, this deja vu feeling of, I feel like I've known you before. Well, no, they're just very similar to the same type of people that you've been seeking in love. And while this may not be a bad thing, it is definitely limiting your scope of emotional availability because you're only attracting a very specific kind of person. So developing deeper emotional connections in your future is reliant upon your ability to address your past and to address your subconscious patterns when it comes to emotional intimacy, sharing your emotions with others and building emotional connections with others. The dark veil reversed is a beautiful sign that clarity is really prominent in this next chapter of your love life. You seeking answers, you potentially sharing vulnerable feelings and thoughts that you haven't had the chance to share before. You're pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone here, and you are building more intimate connections. You have the opportunity to deepen an existing relationship for those that resonate with that message, or for my single Pringles, you have the opportunity to attract a more emotionally deepened person compared to your previous dating history. This is all about self before it's about others, which is why we have the Strength card in your final position. We've had the Strength card before, so I'm not going to go over all of that, but I will talk about how it's relevant to your love life. When it comes to this next chapter, you are examining your ego in how you want your lovers to see you, in how you want to feel loved. This is about examining what you need in order to feel seen, heard, and loved by your partner. The Strength card is about self. You have to know this about yourself before you can just expect others to guess. This is an opportunity to strengthen your awareness of self while also strengthening your relationship with others. If you're in a relationship, you are going to need some time out in this next chapter to properly reflect, to properly examine, and to properly come prepared for this important communication. I think that what has been happening for you has been trying to awaken your true nature. This next chapter is all about trying to really channel, embrace, and honor your true nature without shame, without guilt, but with awareness of what is challenging for you, and with awareness of what cycles you've been stuck in for some time, and with awareness of what your needs are so that you can address them and so that others in your life can also address them. This next chapter of your life is about trying to get unstuck, trying to end some things and clear the way for some new beginnings. But before we get that, we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to be patient with ourselves. And I think that ultimately, for the Strength card to come out twice, you have to choose yourself. You can't do this if you're focusing on other people, giving too much to other people, or distracting yourself by other people. You have to give yourself plenty of self-time to do this, and it will positively reflect in all aspects of your life. I see your next or current love interest being incredibly magnetic towards your drive to be a better person. They're kind of the reason why you want to be better, why you want to examine your flaws and embrace them, why you want to observe your attachment style and truly challenge it, why you want to peel back the layers and be more aware of what is subconsciously holding you back from expressing and experiencing intimate bonds. Your love interest is a big part of the motivation to wanting these changes. So it is very optimistic. There is a lot to look forward to, sweet souls. I'm actually going to end your YouTube reading here, and we're going to go into the extended now because that is a pretty good place to tie it in. In the extended reading, we're focusing more on who will be most important in this next chapter of your life, of your love, and of your finances. So I'll be pulling cards to identify who this person is, what their nature is like, and why they are most important in these areas of your life during this next chapter. If that sounds interesting, and especially if the first part resonated for you, the link to your extended readings is in the description box and the pinned comment. That link does take you to my website where I host all my extended readings. Please make sure, group 2, that you select the right reading, the right group. Remember, you are group 2 of the What is Next in Love, Life, and Finances reading. Thank you for all your time, your energy, and your support. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. It's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of your journey, sweet souls. If this is where we're parting ways, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Until we meet again, bye. Welcome, my group 3s. If you recognize the... Oh, excuse me, I had a lot more energy to clear than what I was doing, sorry. If you recognize the Sacred Pool card, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome. We have a lot to get into, sweet souls. I kind of just started your reading and now all your messages seem to be coming straight away, which is good, but I do have some little spiels to get out of the way. So first things first, I'm going to tune into your group's energy so that I can set my intentions as your reader. I highly encourage that you set your intentions as the viewer. This can help make sure that we're both getting what we want out of this reading, especially because it's a general reading. It can be a wonderful way to make sure that you've picked the right group and just to see if Spirit has any specific messages for you that can confirm you're in the right place. So You can set your intentions by focusing on a specific topic, on a specific question that you may have, on a specific message or sign or symbol you'd like to hear. I'm going to set my intentions now as your reader. Spirit, please tune me into Group 3's energy. Please help me offer Group 3 the most clear, honest messages about their reading for their journey of what is next in life, love, and finances. Thank you, Spirit. So, sweet souls, there's a lot to cover in just this card. You saw me shuffle this if you watched the pick a group portion. And this card did come out quite smoothly for you. There was a lot of clear energy in this group. So without kind of talking more about what has happened, let's talk about what is going to happen. With the number 47 on the Sacred Pool card, what is next for you is an overall theme of consistency and I want to say assertion. With the number 7, you have to stay consistent with the plans, the intentions, the actions that you've already made when it comes to life, when it comes to love, and when it comes to finances. Now is the time to really draw upon your foundation in order to continue to be successful. This is wonderful confirmation, Group 3, that you are on a successful path that will lead to successful outcomes. However, this number, as well as this card, also talks about how the best way that you can stay consistent is by also being realistic, having that balance in your approach towards your goals. It's a reminder of how important rest and reflection are in our processes. Because even if you feel like you don't have a lot of time to rest, the very least you can do is take the time to reflect, to really look at your journey so far, to look at what you've done so far, and to look at how you can learn from what has already happened. This is a wonderful time to consider making important changes to what hasn't been working. If it feels like something in your habits, your routine, or your actions isn't helping you get closer towards the outcomes, the goals that you have, now is the time to address it. Now, if you're not actively working on specific goals, there is also a powerful message here about taking care of your vessel. This card has a lot of green on it, and it instantly makes me think of your immune system, your heart chakra, and your health. It's a reminder that whole foods are a wonderful source of natural energy, minerals, vitamins, and essentially the fuel that our vessel needs. And when I see the color green, I always think of green foods like broccoli, spinach, kale. They can be bitter to the palate, but they are so important as fuel. They help our blood be healthy, which is literally one of the main important parts of being a human, is taking care of our blood. This card is talking about the foundation of who you are and strengthening that foundation, which includes strengthening your vessel. It includes strengthening your mind, strengthening your heart. There's going to be a lot, I think, in this reading for you about really focusing on your foundation, those relationships that offer the support you need when you're going through challenging times, strengthening them, strengthening your heart in ways of giving yourself time out as well as time on. So the time out doesn't have to be in isolation. You can do that with companions who help you feel rested and help you feel like you're leading a more balanced lifestyle. But you do need that balance and that feeling of stability from your foundation. All right. With that spiel out of the way, let us now get into what is next in life for you. I'm going to start with life just because I learned from group 1 that life kind of answers a lot of the questions. It seems to be an umbrella aspect of your journey that helps the other categories make more sense. So, group 3, please, Spirit. What is next in life for my group 3s? Alrighty. First things first, we have the Chariot. What is next in life for my group 3s, please, Spirit? Group 3s. We have the Devil card reversed. What is next in life for group 3? We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. We have the Moon. And your bottom deck energy is the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Interesting reversals. Let's pull this out a little bit so I can see everything. And so you can see everything. All right, that's pretty well in frame. Lovely. So let's have a look at your bottom deck energy first. With the Ten of Pentacles reversed, what is next in life for you is a redirection of long-term plans, long-term commitments, long-term values. It appears that life is turning your expectations on its head and making you question what you're working towards. What are you building? What is all of this hustle and bustle and daily routine leading towards? The Ten of Pentacles is the bigger picture. It's our attachments in this life, our legacy, and essentially, if you've lived a full life, it's about trying to have a look at what the end of your life is going to look like. Who is going to be around you? What are you going to be most proud of? What do you have to pass on to the next generations? So this is pretty big stuff. It's not just about your career. It's about your values and what you've created through your values and what you have taught those watching you, whether this is family, friends, colleagues, about your values. So there is an opportunity here to really think big picture. And this next chapter of your life is about trying to find a way to have the kind of reputation and legacy that you feel proud of. What this means is something may not be going the way that you had hoped it would work out, and you may have to rethink that aspect of your lifestyle. This could be a career path that just isn't quite taking off and paying the bills and providing you and your loved ones with the lifestyle you wanted. Or it could be a family connection that is breaking down and you don't like the amount of strain it's causing your life and the distance it's creating in your lifestyle. This could also be a change in values motivated by religion or politics, but it is impacting the way you see yourself and the way that you want others to see you. So let's talk about it in detail. The first card that came out for you was the Chariot reversed, That's one of the only cards that isn't reversed. Now the Chariot is represented by the sign Cancer, and in modern tarot, so is the Moon. So your first and last cards in this spread are Cancerian energies, which tells me that when it comes to life, there is an overarching theme here of trying to nurture in the next chapter of your life. You are actively nurturing yourself, and you're also seeking supportive figures, supportive energies, and supportive environments. You may be giving in order to receive, and really your foundation of love comes from the people who you know you can rely on. So in life, with the Chariot here, it appears that you're motivated towards taking action that is going to nurture the foundation of, I want to say, it feels more than just connections. Because we're talking about life, it feels like this is your heart's desire that you're trying to take action on. You're trying to stay true to yourself, to your nature, and you're trying to be confident in your ability to make something out of the person that you are. You don't want to change. You don't want to feel restricted. And you don't want to be complacent. You're taking initiative here. You're doing something bold, regardless of how risky it is, regardless of how afraid you may be. You're confident that taking action is better than not doing anything. Now, in very simple terms, this next chapter could include a lot of travel. It could include you really getting out of your comfort zone and initiating action towards your goals in a way that feels a little uncomfortable. But it's definitely going to include you stepping into your powerful nature. I believe that a lot of water signs get underestimated for being bashful and shy and sensitive, but Cancers have leadership qualities. And when enough is enough, nothing can stop a Cancer from pursuing what their heart wants. When they are ready for change, when they're inspired to take action, they do so in a way that is highly respectable, that is seen as admirable. And so this energy is definitely more than just about you. You seem to be doing this for the love that you have of others and for the fact that other people are looking up to you, are watching you. Now, the Devil card helps us understand why your heart has to be in this, because the Devil card reversed is referencing you breaking free from restriction, breaking free from addictive behavior. And this is also you going, enough is enough. I've put myself in this prison due to my own actions, due to the fact that I've allowed people to take advantage of me. I've taken advantage of myself, and I no longer want to feel like I'm wasting my potential. I no longer want to feel like I'm a slave to my vices, to my environment, to my habits. The Devil card teaches us how to be human, while also how to embrace our divine energy so that we don't remain stuck in our human condition. To err is human, but the Devil card shows up as a lesson of how too much of one thing can be bad. And if you continue to rely on short-term solutions, band-aid solutions, instant gratification, you're not going to get long-term success. You're going to deplete your abilities and you're going to run out of options. So this is powerful. This is you recognizing that there are things that you may need to work on, that you have been in an unfair situation, and that you aren't settling for less than you deserve. You're needing to validate your experiences while also saying, I deserve more. Yes, this was bad. Yes, this was addictive, or this was fun, but I deserve more. And that's the thing. This kind of behavior encapsulates so many different experiences that I actually believe are a part of the human experience. We're not supposed to abstain. That is not what it means to be human. We incarnate to experience what it means to be human, which includes fiendish, devilish behaviors. But when it really consumes the goodness in our lives, the goodness in our relationships, and the goodness in our outcomes, that's when we've stepped too far. So this is powerful because you're, again, freeing yourself mentally, physically. You're putting an end to that in order to build more success long term. And this takes discipline. You don't break out of the devil's energy without discipline. So you should be very proud of yourself. This next chapter is you being disciplined enough to recognize that you need to change. Your habits need to change. Your environment needs to change. The way that you spend your time needs to change. What you spend your money on needs to change. And it's bigger than you. It comes back to that foundation of nurturing yourself, nurturing others, and feeling like other people look up to you for the right reasons. With the Queen of Pentacles reverse, this tells us more about those sentimental motivations as well as your material motivations. What is next in life is impacting your heart space and your material world more than anything. This isn't necessarily a spiritual journey. Like, you're not doing it for the sake of your spiritual beliefs. You're doing it because it's important to your heart. It's important to your finances, and it's important to your future. With the Queen of Pentacles reversed, this is insecurity around management. There's a feeling in this next chapter of you questioning whether you can actually pull this off. Do you have the abilities to manage these changes, this potential new direction? Now, I can see with the Queen of Pentacles reversed that you have those abilities, but the fact that you're doubting whether you have those abilities is what is creating uncertainty. And this can be a wonderful way of measuring the experience that you already have with your willingness to learn. It feels like this next chapter in your life has you feeling like a student all over again. And I'm probably focusing on one of the most positive aspects of that feeling, because overall it's a very insecure feeling. A Queen of Pentacles does not like to feel reversed. She does not like to feel like she isn't that boss. When we look at a Queen of Pentacles qualities, we do look at her reputation again. These are Capricornian qualities of being able to be reliable and responsible for other people, of being able to operate in many different spaces at once, being able to delegate, being able to manage moving parts simultaneously. The Queen of Pentacles also comes across as a bit of a matriarch of femininity in those powerful positions, of how it is important to stay connected to values and sentiments when you are responsible for so many people. The Queen of Pentacles sets the tone for group environments, for working environments, by offering a culture that is nurturing, that is supportive, and that is focused on improving through positive feedback, through critical feedback, and through performance management. You would kind of look at the Queen of Pentacles as an ideal boss, as that kind of manager who calls you out when you're not doing your best, but who gives you the patience to be human when you do need time off because you're burning out. The Queen of Pentacles sets that culture, and an important part of being the Queen of Pentacles is recognizing all the moving parts and recognizing how your experience will never cover human nature, because there are just some things about life that will always take us by surprise, and that's when we see the Queen of Pentacles reversed. I do think that this next chapter has you feeling uncomfortable. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think you are more than capable. The fact that you're showing up in this energy tells me you have the right qualities. You're just relearning them in a different context. You have to apply these skills with a different frame of mind. So keep that in mind when you start to doubt your abilities to be successful and to successfully manage all these moving parts. You've got to go back to that plan, make a list, make a table, make a spreadsheet, get it out, organize it, and then let that natural progression play out as well. I think that some things just take time before they start to feel more comfortable. So this is where we do see also themes of your health resurfacing. You have to take care of yourself first. All the earth signs encourage that, in that you can't perform at your peak abilities if you aren't taking care of the vessel you're expecting to perform. Physically speaking, with Capricornian influences here in the Devil card and in the Queen of Pentacles, it is very important that you take care of your muscles, your joints. You guys may need to incorporate slow movement into your daily routine, which includes stretching, mobility exercises, and just maybe warm up and cool down exercises. If you work in the office at a desk job, you're going to need to incorporate standing and stretching. Your body needs to be stretched. And I can see with the Queen of Pentacles here, group 3, it's really important that you fuel yourself appropriately. Any change to your routine is going to disrupt your habits. So where you can, make healthy choices and think about that long-term effect on your vessel. And healthy is different for all of us. That word has no specific definition. It depends on your cultural background. It depends on your body composition. It depends on your goals. But ultimately, I think it comes down to how food makes you feel. Choose food that makes you feel good. That is what I see as healthy food. Food that makes you feel good. So, with that health spiel out of the way, your last card is another Cancer card, the Moon. The Moon is representing the depths of your mind and the depths of your heart. When your heart and your mind cross paths, there are layers of intricate subconscious thoughts and feelings. And the Moon highlights how sometimes what we're thinking and feeling is not crystal clear. Thoughts and feelings can be fleeting, but they can also creep up on us until one day we feel something that we realize has been there for some time, but today it's stronger than it usually is. This card reminds us that we are natural beings and that we can't put our existence down to an exact science. Things like feelings are hard to understand, and they are incredibly unique to each person who experiences them. This tells me that in this next chapter of your life, you're going through a cycle where your moods may feel unpredictable. There could be times where it's very easy for you to wake up in the morning, for you to stay focused, for you to assert your energy and to be confident and to overcome your vices and to get out of your head and trust the process. And then there's going to be times where you doubt, where you question, where you feel slow, where you feel tired, where you feel foggy. This is all natural. The Moon reminds you that you move through cycles, especially if you are feminine. Feminine energy is quite unpredictable because of hormonal contributions, but also because it operates in a natural cycle alongside the Moon. There are peaks and rises that can last days, weeks. Allow yourself to ride that wave and be patient with those mood swings, with those high and low moods. During the low moments, I would encourage you to peel back some layers and to try to get to the bottom of why you feel uncomfortable, uninspired, or upset, or sad, frustrated, whatever the feeling is. Peel back some layers, examine that feeling a little bit closer. It's going to help you build more of a appreciation for self. It's also going to help validate what you're going through. And for me personally, if I don't do that, that mood persists. With my personality type, when I feel in a mood and I don't give it the time to understand what it is, it just becomes bigger and bigger and bigger until I can actually go, oh my God, I'm upset because I haven't eaten yet, or because something that this person said to me actually bothers me more than I realized. And now that I haven't addressed it, it's really eating away at me, and I would like to talk about it. So if you do resonate with that, definitely give yourself the time to uncover it. But in its best qualities, the moon creates a deeper meaning behind our actions. It influences us to lead with our heart, to trust our intuition, and to pay close attention to how other people's actions, thoughts, and words are making us feel, which is very powerful perspective. It's just about getting that clarity rather than getting lost in the confusion of it all. So that is what is next in life for you. My gosh, I've been talking for so long, haven't I? Goodness. All right, we're going to look at your finances next. Sorry, just wiping my nose quickly. This shouldn't take me as long. Finances are usually straightforward. What is next in Group 3's finances, Spirit? What is next in Group 3's finances? Your first card is the Five of Swords. We have the Six of Wands. What is next in Group 3's finances, please, Spirit? We also have the Devil. And we have the Star. At the back of the deck is the Ten of Swords, sorry. I wanted to say Pentacles again, but we've been there, we've done that. Alrighty. Is that all fitting in? Yeah. It's not really straight down here, but we're doing what we can with what we've got. Just going to get a little tissue for my eyeball, for my leaky eye. All right, let's have a look at some of these numbers. 5, 6, 15, 17, 10. 5, 6, 7. 5, 5, 6, 7, 10. So we can see progression is what I'm trying to highlight. We can see progression. We can also see with your bottom deck energy being the number 10 that your financial situation has hit an ending. There's something about your finances in the next chapter that needs to end. And what is that something with the Ten of Swords? It's a situation that has become incredibly difficult due to other people's choices, basically betraying us. Somebody else has made decisions about their life that have negatively impacted our finances. In this next chapter, enough is enough. The last sword has officially been put in your back, Group 3. And thank God it is time for a change. With the Ten of Swords being here, it is a confronting image to please stand up for yourself. Do not take any more of anybody else's crap and start thinking of a way out of this. Not only is it being encouraged, it's your only option. You've hit a dead end. Now's the time to start thinking selfishly. Because somebody else chose them, you now have to figure out how to choose you. It wasn't your choice. With the Five of Swords reversed, this is an unfair social situation in which somebody else's actions and words are making you look bad. And now you're left to play reputation recovery mode. What do I do next to recover from this? I didn't force these changes on myself. Now I'm having to pick up the pieces and deal with the collateral. The good thing about this is, with the Six of Wands upright, you still have a wonderful track record. You still have a beautiful public image that is successful enough to help you grow from this situation. But I really need you to accept that this has come to an end. It is time to change. There is a period after that happens where you do need to focus on your confidence with the Six of Wands in order to recognize how skilled, how appreciated you are. You're going to have to allow yourself to see that within yourself. I do think that you'll be able to get references or recommendations from people that are going to be helpful in building from this change. But we do have to navigate vices. We do have to navigate instantly gratifying opportunities. And we do have to navigate situations that seem good temporarily, but can cause long-term financial ruin. For this card to be here in your finances, it's a trap. Read the fine print. Someone is promising you something that will capture you and ultimately work you to the bone at the expense of your work ethic. So be very careful about going from the frying pan into the fire with the devil. Dancing with the devil looks like getting a beautiful, shiny new company car while also having to work 80 hours a week, right? That's how you get tricked into these contracts. Signing up for this kind of opportunity seems instantly gratifying in the beginning, but it is years and years of take from you. It tricks you with shiny, gold, pleasurable experiences before taking the goodness out of your humanity. And really, when you think about it, the most valuable thing we can offer in this experience is our time. Money comes and goes. 1 minute it means this much, next minute it means that much. Economy is a construct. Time is something so precious we don't know how much we have to give. So the most that this devil can take from you is your precious time. And we know from your life part of this reading that you are trying to center your actions off the foundation of nurturing yourself, taking care of your loved ones, and doing this for them as much as yourself. So don't sign the devil's contract. You'll be tempted to. You may even dance with the devil, entertain it a little bit, but it's really important that you recognize it for what it is. Instant gratification and a long term of pain. Thankfully, we finished this part of your reading on the star, which is a beautiful sign of how raising and building your aspirations can lead to a better future. The star is an opportunity to receive a wish fulfillment, something you've had your eye on for quite some time. It is also an opportunity to heal, to put the past in the past once and for all, and to start focusing on the future that you want through the actions you're creating in your present. The star card represents hope and how having faith is one of the most important ingredients when you're building your aspirations for your future. This star card does look like you need to create some sort of balance in order to align with new opportunities in your finances. It looks like you're going to have to readjust your expectations and think outside the box when it comes to the ways that you make money and use money. The star card encourages you to look higher, to set bigger goals, and to start thinking about what a new way of doing things could look like. Be dynamic, be innovative, be open-minded. The devil tempts you with what you know. The star builds your aspirations by giving you a glimpse of what your future could look like. And where the devil tries to help you take shortcuts, the star fosters your individual qualities and builds you into the person that you're destined to be. So when it comes to your finances, be open-minded, think about a new way of spending, a new way of making money. Don't be tempted by short-term gratification, by shiny contracts that lure you in with pleasurable, expensive items while also expecting you to put in overtime in order to pay for those items. Work on your self-confidence. Get those references, that recommendation. People do believe in you. Don't listen to what this is, except recognize that it was saving you by pushing you out. It's time for change. That is your next chapter when it comes to your finances. I keep moving that card. Let's have a look at your love life now. Finally. Finally. I feel like I've been talking for a really long time. Alrighty. For my group 3s, please, Spirit, what is next in love for my group 3s? What is next in love for my group 3s, please, Spirit? We have the 9 of Swords reversed. What is next in love? We also have the Fool card. We also have the 6 of Wands. What is next in love, please, Spirit? And we have the 9 of Cups. At the back of the deck is the 4 of Swords. This is beautiful when it comes to love. Oh my gosh. Right, where are we? I'm going to have to move that over. And then I think I can fit that there. Yeah, heaps of room. Cool. Alrighty, move that up a little bit. Is that okay? It's not straight, but that's all right. Okay. This next chapter of your love with the 4 of Swords, group 3, is definitely about being kind to the process. You are on a journey in love, and this next chapter of love is about taking time out. It's not about barreling through milestones. It's actually about taking things slow and really reflecting on your journey in love. There's going to be a lot of opportunity to take a step back and think about what you've already been through and how that's shaped you into the person that you are today. Reflecting is also about looking at what you've learned from your own behavior, from the behavior of others, from the highs, from the lows. What are the lessons? What are the wisdoms? What helpful insights do you have about your preferences, about your needs because of the experiences that you've been through? And then you can start to think about what the future would even look like. What is it that you need in love versus what is it you would like to experience? What are you open to? Now, that's a beautiful foundation to your reading. The first card is the 9 of Swords reversed. I want to be very clear in saying all these cards emit a very positive outlook in love in this next chapter. The 9 of Swords reversed sets the tone by showing us how you are overcoming intrusive thinking in this next chapter. You're really having to correct yourself, your thought process, and really make sure that you're not clouding your mind with negative judgment. This is you actively choosing positive thoughts about your love life in this next chapter. This is also about you overcoming anxiety and overcoming an internalized way of thinking. Not only are you choosing thoughts to focus on, you're stepping outside of your head and you're actually trying to look at reality. Instead of assuming the worst, You're staying grounded in your present moment. Instead of being too afraid about the future and projecting past mistakes onto the present, you're staying right here, keeping your eyes open and your heart open. We see that with the Fool. The Fool is saying that this next chapter in love is almost putting you in a vulnerable position. It has you shedding baggage to the point where you're actually feeling hopeful, optimistic, and ready for a fresh start in love. The Fool card is as much a mindset as it is an opportunity. It does represent new beginnings. It represents being able to keep your head up high, not being too afraid of what could go wrong. It's a beautiful energy to be in when it comes to love, because it allows you to create, like a blank canvas, an outcome hand in hand with the universe. This means that you are very receptive towards new experiences. You're very receptive towards whatever comes your way. And we can see with the Six of Wands here that this receptivity is gaining a significant amount of attention. You've gotten the Six of Wands twice now. We last saw it in your finances reading, and now it's showing up in love. This means that people are noticing you. They're seeing you as a colorful, talented, skillful person. And for those who are in relationships, your lover is really admiring you, really looking up to you, putting you on a pedestal, seeing you as an incredible, confident, capable person who can do anything they put their mind to. And if you are single, this is how people are seeing you. Confident, capable, well-liked. You come across as somebody who deserves to wear their head high. You deserve to have tall shoulders that are pushed back. Now, you're getting attention with the Six of Wands, but you're also seeing some signs of success. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. Maybe there's too many S's. You're also seeing signs of success. There are snakes on this. So the only thing I'm seeing is that, when we are putting ourselves out there and when we are trying to start fresh, we do open ourselves up to a lot of different energies. And I do think that there are envious people around you, some snakes in the grass. Do I think they're worth giving our time and energy to? No, I don't think so. I think that you have a beautiful next chapter in love, and anything in terms of jealousy, envy, bitterness is water off a duck's back. You have a very beautiful wish fulfillment coming in love. With the Nine of Cups, this is all about you. It's about being confident in yourself. It's about feeling happy for yourself. And it's also about embracing happiness and what that happiness looks like for yourself. Now, for a lot of my single Pringles, not just any lover is going to do. This has to be somebody that respects your emotional boundaries, who can add more to your already colorful, rich life. Someone who is worthy of your attention. So it could take some time. This next chapter could just be about getting the courage to try again and to really put yourself out there. But whoever you do attract, if you're in this energy, they're going to match that. So don't waste your time and energy on people who don't, because you're still attracting their attention as well. If you're in a relationship, your partner is truly embracing and praising your glow up. Remember that this next chapter is not about change, it's about embracing the process, reflecting on the process, taking it slow before you progress. And we end this part of your reading focusing on the Nine of Cups energy, which is self-fulfillment. Whether you're single or in a relationship, this next chapter of love is about doing things that make you happy, communicating what is going to make you happy, pursuing things that are going to make you happy, focusing on the relationships in your life that make you happy, creating memories with people who make you happy. And I really believe that you're going to have a lot of people praising, giving you confidence, truly looking up to who you are and what you've overcome. Especially if you live in a place where the dating pool is quite small, they're noticing the glow up. They're noticing how much you have just been shining with all this Aquarius energy. So that is what I'm seeing for you, my group 3s. I'm going to end your YouTube reading here, and we're going to go into your extended, where we will look at who is going to be most important in this next chapter of your love, of your life, and of your finances. That extended reading is going to not only look at who they are, we'll also have a look at their nature, and we'll have a look at why they're most important in each aspect of your life during this next chapter. If that sounds interesting, and if you would like to join me there, the link to the extended readings is in the description box and the pinned comment. When you click on that link, make sure you find the right reading before you purchase it. Remember your group 3 of the What is Next in Love, Life, and Finances reading. So please double check before you spend any money that you've selected the right reading, the right group. Group 3, thank you so much for all of your time, your energy, and your support right here on YouTube. It's been a pleasure to channel your energy. Thank you for trusting me to be your reader. Thank you for choosing me to spout some words of information and hopefully guidance and clarity. Until we cross paths again, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Bye. Hi group 4, and welcome to your reading. If you recognize the Wizard of Awareness card, you're in the right place. We are asking Spirit, what is next in love for you? And our journey in this reading definitely starts with this beautiful card that I pulled in the intro. However, before I open your reading, I am going to set my intentions as your reader. So I highly recommend that you set your intentions as the viewer. Are there specific questions you have in mind, or are there specific themes or topics you'd like covered? Set your intentions and I'll set mine. Spirit, please tune me into Group 4's energy. Please help me offer Group 4 the most clear, honest messages for their reading today. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, Group 4. What is next in your love, in your life, and in your finances? The Wizard of Awareness is one of the many cards that actually wanted to come out for you. You guys had a lot of different cards from this deck that could help portray what is happening in this next chapter of your life. But I do love that this is the card that chose to come out. It talks about possibility. It talks about the fact that there are many different ways your life can turn, and there are many different opportunities and pathways in front of you. This next chapter is about you gaining awareness of those different pathways and figuring out how you want to shape your future. There's a big emphasis here on awareness, on information, on educating yourself with the right information, and on making sure that you feel empowered enough to make the right actions. This next chapter is more about gathering information before you act. The number 3 on this card does talk about expansion, and I do think you guys are expanding your mind more than anything. You are also going to be given the opportunity to experience certain things before you commit to them, kind of like a trial process or a temporary position, trying out new duties, new responsibilities, new experiences before you have to make significant changes and align yourself in a significant way. So these are all pretty powerful themes. I really want to see how this translates into the different aspects of your life. So we're going to put that card over there. I'm going to pull this up a little bit so we have more room in front of us. And we're going to talk about your life first using the Light Seers Tarot deck. Let's pull some tarot now. Spirit, what can you tell us about this next chapter in Group 4's life? What can you tell us about this next chapter? We have the moon coming up for you. What is this next chapter? 3 of Swords reversed, 5 of Pentacles reversed. Next chapter, please, Spirit. We also have the World card, and at the back of the deck is the 3 of Pentacles. Let me just move some stuff around so we can fit it all in. I think that's much better. Alrighty. So let's start with your bottom deck energy, Group 4. The first thing I'm noticing is that you guys have 3 threes in your reading. The 3 of Pentacles is at the back of the deck. As our bottom deck energy, it gives us an overall idea of how your next chapter in your life is going to look. Now, with the 3 of Pentacles reversed, I'm seeing you spending a lot of time separately from people. It seems like this is your time to really focus on independence, initiative, and trying to tackle things by yourself. It's not to say you don't have people around you, you don't have support, you do. You definitely have family and colleagues who are very available if you want their help. But it seems like your main focus is in trying to do things without the help of others. You're purposefully seeking time away from other people, and you're purposefully spending time away from other people. When the 3 of Pentacles is reversed, it indicates a desire to be one-on-one with somebody who you usually see in a group setting. Usually you and this person share a social group together, or you share a work environment or a family dynamic. But this next chapter of your life has you and this person spending much more one-on-one time, which is also encouraging you to redirect time and attention towards self as well. Now, this feeling of being socially selective translates into your emotional being as well. We can see with the moon card that this next chapter of your life is about you trying to understand some complex, confusing, and at times heavy feelings. The moon card indicates there are layers of complex emotions happening in this chapter. And some of these emotions are helpful because as they spike, we're recognizing what is important to us. Others of these emotions are confusing because we don't know where this emotion is coming from. We don't know why we feel so strongly about it. And we're also having a hard time figuring out what to do about these feelings. So a lot of what's happening in this next chapter is about your life being able to accommodate towards the way that you feel, even if that feeling is temporary, and especially if that feeling is uncomfortable. You're trying to choose your availability, your capacity, and how to invest your time, your money, your attention based on how you feel in that moment. And it is going to ebb and flow, just like the moon, just like the tide. Sometimes it'll be high, sometimes it'll be low. But it's really important that you factor in how you're feeling before you commit yourself to plans and to a routine. We can figure out a little bit more about what is happening in this chapter based off of the last 3 cards. The 3 of Swords reversed is a feeling of recovering after being given some news that seems to impact your future vicariously. So what this feels like is somebody else made a decision. Their decision impacted you And now you have to figure out how to react. What do I do? This feels like picking up the pieces. This feels like a relationship breaking down, or a serious conversation about the future that you now need to process. You now need to go, well, what does this mean for me? I'm glad I know where they stand. It's good that they've been honest with me about this information. But what am I supposed to do about it? With the Three of Swords reversed, I'll be honest. This next chapter of your life is about you literally still processing information. There's not a lot of action here, and we know that with the Wizard of Awareness. Information seems to be finding you in ways where it's taking you a while to process it. It's taking you a while to fully digest it and to interpret it in a meaningful way. It could also be that you're hearing things through the grapevine, right? So instead of trusting what you're hearing, you're questioning the source. You're questioning why instead of what. And that delays your ability to take action as well. All these threes in the reverse indicate that you are trying to process these things. You're not comfortable acting upon them. Even if the facts are staring you point blank in the face, you're still questioning them. And the Three of Swords is significant. It's a significant point. It's a significant topic. It's a significant conversation. So I don't blame you for taking your time. I think it's necessary, and I think it's all a part of honoring your feelings and trying to decipher your confusion, because the moon really distorts information due to the ambiguity. It's a confusing space to be in, and we might feel one way and think another way, which makes it even more confusing. So trust your intuition throughout this process. Trust your gut instincts. Keep asking questions and pay attention to the information you're receiving. I do think with the Five of Pentacles following the Three of Swords, the way that you're receiving the information is what's making you question it. Who are the sources? Who are the people spreading this news, this gossip, this info? Because with the Five of Pentacles reversed, this next chapter of your life has a feeling of recovery. It has a feeling of caution. And it's impacting your lifestyle. It's impacting your work ethic. It's impacting how you apply yourself in the day-to-day. With the Five of Pentacles reversed, it's also impacting at what you think other people are thinking of you. You guys may be finding it really hard to socialize and to connect with people because you're feeling like you've been put in this uncomfortable position. Now, the Five of Pentacles reversed is a material recovery as well, but it can also, in terms of lifestyle, represent habits. It can represent you trying to save money. It can also represent you trying to save time by sticking to a basic routine. Now, I can't help but feel like this next chapter of your life is really showing you growing pains. It's showing you how certain aspects of your journey have been evolving, probably subconsciously. There's been growth. And this chapter is bringing all of that subconscious growth to your awareness by highlighting some conflict, some tension, and some growing pains. I think with the World card here, all signs are pointing towards the fact that you, my group fours, are ready. You're ready to kind of like start a new chapter, turn a new leaf, be a new person, elevate. And the World card is an interesting card because it can be interpreted as the start of a new beginning. But really, its representation in tarot is that of an ending. It's recognizing how far we've come in our journey. And before we even think about starting something new, we have to acknowledge the end. So for you, this next chapter in your life is about finding ways to celebrate your journey, to celebrate and recognize the growth that you've had, and to also allow yourself to mentally prepare for a new beginning. I do believe this is a chapter that's revealing the sign of the times. And maybe this wasn't as obvious before, but it's quite obvious next. It's going to be hard for you to ignore the fact that all signs are pointing towards change. And I do think that there is a lot to be proud of in this next chapter. You guys may be recognized through certification or praise, by becoming fully qualified after years or a long time of studying. You guys may also be recognized as a well-experienced person in your field or in your sector, in your industry, by receiving praise and recognition through awards or peer recommendations. And you may also be recognized for your discipline and all your studying through graduation, finally becoming certified and qualified to graduate. Whatever this is, it's a weird moment of celebrating yourself while also feeling like you need to start planning your future. Like this is really just a stepping stone. So enjoy the celebration. Don't be afraid to step into the spotlight to gain recognition. And honor your feelings, because this is an interesting journey where it feels confusing. There's highs, there's lows, and you're not wanting to bring everybody into this journey. You're being very selective about the energy and the time that you share with others. So that's what's next in life. Let's have a look at your finances now. Spirit, what is next in Group 4's finances? What is next in Group 4's finances, please, Spirit? Whoops. What is next in Group 4's finances, Spirit? Okay. Knight of Swords reversed. Temperance reversed. What is next in Group 4's finances, please, Spirit? Eight of Swords. The Hermit. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. All right, let's talk about it. What is next in your finances? This encompasses how you spend your money, how you make your money, how you invest your money. It's everything to do with money, income, expenses, which includes your jobs, your career, your work, if you are working. With the Ten of Pentacles at the back of the deck, you guys are setting yourself up for long-term career, something that is stable, rewarding, that has a path of growth, and that will allow you to evolve and to become a recognized, almost legacy member in your field. Your finances have longevity to them. Your career, your way of making money has longevity to it. There is a positive reputation that is being built. This is the overarching umbrella theme of your next chapter in finances. It's almost like that's your objective when it comes to your money, is to stay focused on the long-term plan, on the long-term growth, and on the longevity of results. It's not about setting a plan for the future, it's about making a plan for the future that offers consistent results over time. There is legacy energy to your finances in this next chapter. It will impact not just you, but the generations of your family that come after you. And if you don't identify as being a part of a family network, there is still the esteem of your colleagues and those who interact with you through the way that you make money that is in consideration here. You're creating some sort of legacy with your finances. That helps us understand some of these other themes here, because that's a lot of pressure. And it is being reflected in the way that you make decisions. During this next chapter, you seem to be under a lot of mental pressure. There are conflicting energies within you. While you want this to be your objective, your actions are hesitant. You're trying not to rush your approach towards this goal. So with the Knight of Swords reversed, you're holding back. You're not confident in applying yourself. And you may also be treating your money as something you need to protect rather than spend. This next chapter has a feeling here of trying to control impulsive behavior when it comes to money, when it comes to how you make it, and when it comes to how you spend it. You're really thinking before you act. You're delaying before you react. And you're processing before you implement. You do have a lot of ideas about what you want to do with your money, about what this future looks like, and about ways that you can maximize your money. But with Temperance reversed, the ideas you have seem to conflict with your abilities to make it happen. You may be feeling as though you possess the creative aspect, but executing is difficult. There's an impatience here. There's an inconsistency here. And there's also a restlessness here. It may feel like you just want to eat, what's the word? Have your cake and eat it too. It's like you want the best of both worlds. But it's also a feeling of frustration due to the fact that your external isn't reflecting your internal. You guys may be losing patience because you already feel like you've waited a long time, like you've had these dreams, these goals for a long time, and that it's just not happening the way that you expected it to. This is creating an energetic imbalance in your ability to make this happen now. This next chapter is about realizing those goals and then exploring different ways to achieve those goals. And I do think that your initial plans don't seem to work. Whatever it is that you originally planned to do is not what you end up executing. You actually end up getting stuck in your head about it with the Eight of Swords. You end up overthinking it and feeling like a bit of a victim of circumstance. It could also feel like you had something all lined up, and then at the last minute, things change, and now you're in your head and you're losing confidence in your ability to be successful. Now what do I do? There is a victim mentality here that is going to temporarily blind you from what your true options are. This victim mentality is going to isolate you until, with the Hermit card reversed, you're able to think bigger than yourself. As soon as you're able to step outside of yourself and to look at your situation objectively and with an appreciation of your past, retrospection of what you've been through, then you'll be able to form an awareness of how this change of plans is trying to give you new experiences outside of your realm of knowledge. Your finances in this next chapter are taking a huge turning point. Like, they seem to be changing quite drastically. Not in a tower way where it happens suddenly and shockingly, but it's definitely not what you originally expected. It's happening due to the fact that the way you're achieving this Ten of Pentacles is in a way that you haven't previously learned. It's in a way that seems to be information you haven't absorbed yet. So that's how the Wizard of Awareness is impacting your finances. You don't even know what is available to you and what kind of opportunities you have until things start going wrong. And then you're forced to seek information that is outside of your comfort zone. You're forced to seek guidance and advice and solutions that are very different to what you've experienced previously. And you're forced to look outside of yourself in order to create this future of prosperity, abundance, longevity, and legacy. So, what kind of advice can you offer them, Spirit? These are big themes. Spirit is saying, when things start to go wrong, let it happen. When things start to unravel, watch carefully. And when you start to feel in over your head, ask questions, seek advice, ask for information, ask for support. This period of feeling isolated is a helpful way of reminding yourself that you're not supposed to know everything. You're not a victim of circumstance, but you're also not an all-knowing being. A part of being human is being in the dark. And just because something isn't familiar doesn't mean it has to be scary. There's something about your income, including the way you make money and spend it, that is preparing you for success in a way that is not a part of your experience. Very different to what you're used to. And maybe very different to what other people expected of you too. But it is possible. The opportunities for growth are limitless. This is one of the many pathways that is being revealed to you in your finances. So let's have a look at your love life now. Spirit, what is next in love for my group fours? Oof, the cards are they were chilling before I used them. That's a bit better. What is next in love for my group fours, please, Spirit? What is next in love for my group fours? Okay, I'm going to take that card. We have the universe, number 21, which is the world card. What is next in love for my group fours, please, Spirit? Oh, wow. We have Divine Wisdom, which is a supplementary card in this deck. It's got no number associated. We have the Moon reversed. Wow, big energy. Huge canon event happening in your love life. One more card. What is next in group four's love life, please, Spirit? The Page of Cups. At the back of the deck is the Ten of Swords. Wow. What a chapter in love. What does this mean for them, please, Spirit? It means that your love life is transitioning through an ending. This ending is teaching you a lot about yourself. It's teaching you a lot about other people. And it's encouraging you to find forgiveness in your heart so that you can move forward with a feeling of renewal. But in order to get there with the Ten of Swords, you have to acknowledge the end first. You guys may be feeling very betrayed as this chapter starts. What is next in love is a feeling of other people's actions being at the expense of your happiness. It could feel like it's a compound thing of constantly trying to put yourself out there and feeling rejected or feeling second best. It could also be a compound thing in that a common theme for you in love is that you feel like other people think of themselves or others before they think of you. And it could be a lesson experienced throughout many different connections, romantic and platonic. But the Ten of Swords is indicating that this is enough. There's only so much you can go through, and really with this card showing up, you're going to be aware of the fact that finally it's time to end this. The Ten of Swords is indicating you can't take any more. The information is obvious, the signs of change are obvious, and ultimately this is going to be a case of there's no going back. Once the ball of change is rolling, there is no going back. So what happens? What is this chapter about? The universe is the World card, and you've gotten this card twice. Sweet soul, this area of your life is a huge canon event. This next chapter of your life is preparing you for a brand new beginning by encouraging you to wrap up loose ends. And you really need to pay attention to the loose ends in your love life. You need to be proud of the person that you are today. You need to be proud of the person that you are becoming. And you need to use this pride to protect yourself from repeating past mistakes. When it comes to love, you're evolving. The universe card is saying, congratulations, you're ready to graduate. Are you ready to end these lessons once and for all? Your karmic debts have been paid. It is now your free will to choose to move forward, or are you going to engage in old habits, old lessons? Now, I feel that for most of you, with the Divine Wisdom card following, this next chapter in your love life is you choosing to move forward. It's you recognizing enough is enough. I'm ready. I'm not going to let other people negatively impact me, and I'm going to start choosing myself. I'm going to use my experience to navigate this next chapter with wisdom. Divine wisdom is bigger than the wisdom you've gained through your experience. It's the wisdom you possess when you stay tuned into your present. It's about trusting your gut instincts when you meet new people. It's about trusting your intuition when somebody tells you something and it feels like it's not completely true. Divine wisdom is also about reading between the lines. So I do think with the Moon card reversed, the truth is being revealed. This next chapter is about feeling more confident and clear when it comes to how you feel and how other people feel. It is about tying up loose ends, which includes addressing things for what they are, addressing uncomfortable, confusing feelings, and not putting up with gray areas when it comes to love. Instead of letting somebody gaslight us or lead us on or ghost us and keep us in that gray area, we're addressing. We're going, hey, wait a minute, no, I'm not happy with that. I don't condone that kind of behavior. Look, I actually really enjoyed getting to know you. I could definitely see this furthering and continuing into something else, but I want to be very clear about where I stand, and I would expect the same from you. So putting things in their place when it comes to love is a huge theme in this next chapter, with wisdom, with experience, and with emotional courage to be that kind of vulnerable. Now, our last card, the Page of Cups, is a bit of a consolation card. If you are single, it's a card that's saying, Not everybody is going to be able to meet your expectations. Not everybody is going to be able to meet your level of experience, your level of maturity. So you need to handle the situation with consideration for the karmic cycles that you're closing. Be respectful in order to maintain that respect of self. You're being strongly encouraged to maintain a lighthearted, friendly, flirty energy when it comes to love, and to expect the same in return. You're being encouraged to do this so that you don't slip into negative energies, negative cycles that are closely connected to your past. There's a strong feeling with the Page of Cups of being this way to attract this towards you in the future as well. If you are single, I do think that you're learning about somebody's true nature, their true colors, and you're being encouraged to forgive them and move forward. You're being encouraged to address them authentically and move forward. The Page of Cups is ultimately about those of you who aren't stuck to recognize that, to tie up your loose ends and to move forward with an optimistic, open heart towards new experiences. For those who are in relationships, I do believe that you're having to confront the aspects of your relationship that have made you feel like your happiness has been on the back burner, and as though the actions of the person in your relationship has been against your best interest. It's really important that you address these topics. It's really important that you tie up these loose ends and that you clear out the confusion. Because remember, your overall theme is about bringing awareness so that you can see your different opportunities, your different pathways to move forward. If you're in a relationship, it is repairable, but you have to be honest with each other. You can't internalize, you can't minimize, and you can't pretend these issues aren't bothering you. You have to address them. That is the only way you can genuinely move forward with an open heart and with a willingness to evolve this relationship. So that is what I'm seeing for you, my group fours. I'm going to leave your YouTube reading there and we're going to go into the extended reading now. The extended reading focuses on who will be most important in this next chapter, looking at life, finances, and love. This will tell us who that person is, what their nature is, and why they're important in these 3 aspects of your life. If that sounds helpful, and especially if the first part has resonated, the link to the extended readings is in the description box and the pinned comment. Please make sure you've selected the right reading, the right group before you check out, before you purchase anything. Each group is sold or rented individually. So remember your group 4 of the What is Next in Life, Love, and Finances reading. Make sure you select the right reading, the right group, etc. Look after your beautiful self on your journey ahead, my group 4s. Thank you for all of your time, your energy, and your support. I appreciate you for letting me read for you today and for letting me be a part of your journey. As we part ways, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy. As I said, look after yourself. Stay tuned in. Keep your eyes open. And definitely don't rush your actions in this next chapter. Take in all that information. You are the wizard, the oracle, the creator of your reality. Bye.